Hey, it's Michael, Tree Line Backpacker. Today I'm going to kind of show you what I actually carry on the trail. This is going to be a little bit different for everyone, but I'm going to kind of run you through it so you can get an idea of what I like to pack. The first thing, of course, if you're talking about the pack itself, this is the REI Flash 62. This is what they call a lightweight backpack. It's somewhat minimalist, but it has lots of little goodies. You've got your pockets here, you've got your primary zip down the center, lots of compression straps. This actually loosens up and allows this to widen out, so you can put some extra stuff there. Lots of loops on the top, extra zippers, pockets. This is kind of what it looks like from the front. Pretty good padding, actually. Of course, you've got the hip belts, got some zippers that you can throw in there. That's pretty nice. I use that for cameras, snacks, sometimes compass if I'm navigating difficult terrain. Of course, I keep my knife strapped to the outside. This is a Gerber or a Bear Grylls model knife, just a compact paracord blade they have. If you look here, you can see the frame actually runs through the bag. It does have a frame, and you can't really see it, but the benefit of that is it actually runs right down here, and it lands directly into the hip belt itself, so it's actually going to displace all the weight right into the hip belt there, which is great. I really like that. I've used this anywhere from 1 to 4 nights, and it's always done really well. Anything under about 30-40 pounds is pretty comfortable. Here we have this kind of a luxury item I've been carrying around lately. This is the Thermarest Z seat. You just kind of lay that out, and it's a nice 2-ounce pad for your butt. Great for if it's wet, raining a lot, cold, anything like that. Or if you're just not going to have a good place to sit, it's actually somewhat insulative, keeps you pretty warm. There's good stuff there. And let's go ahead and take a look inside. Okay, I'm going to unbuckle this. Now, of course, this isn't how I normally pack the bag itself. These are the things I normally carry, but I usually put them in a much more efficient way. But this just kind of show you what I like to carry. This is a Marmot Precip jacket. Nothing too fancy, but it does have your pit zips. Pretty solid water protection. Folds up pretty small. I believe it's somewhere around a pound, a little less actually. But that is my primary rain jacket that I carry there. This is the Big Agnes Copper Spur Ultralight 2. I carry it because it's light enough. It's under 4 pounds, somewhere around 3.5. It's been really good. Has 2 doors, large vestibules, great ventilation. It's worked in every season I put it through. I've really enjoyed this. One of my favorite tents. I really like it. It's been bomb-proof. The material at first was a little thin for my taste. You can actually kind of see through it, but it's been super durable. I've not had any issues with it at all. It's been great. This, everyone should carry some sort of water purification. This is the Sawyer Squeeze. It's the lightest, really usable water filtration system that I've seen used. All that happens is this screws on the top there. You fill the bag with water, squeeze it through, and you've got filtered water. This may or may not be something you carry depending on your area. This is bear spray. I've had this for several years. Never had to use it, not even come close. Have stumbled across some bears. That's always fun. But if you're in a heavy bear populated area, this might be a good idea to take. Pretty heavy, not gonna lie, but helps you sleep at night. So carry that. Usually around here, being in Tennessee. This is the GSI Minimalist Cook Set. Pretty nice. Comes with this nice little insulated layer on the outside. You take that off when you cook with it. You can boil water in this. You cook food in this, all kinds of things. The top doubles as a sippy cup. You can use it to open one-handed. You can lay that on top this way, and it pops on and off really easily, so it doesn't stick with boiling water in it. And the other side is just your sippy cup method. Really nice. this is my stove I use. This is the Snow Peak Gigapower. Got a review of this on my website. It's a pretty great little stove. Fits pretty much in your hand. That was what's inside that little cup there. The Snow Peak. This just kind of folds out, screws onto your fuel canister, your typical fuel canister. And this boils great. Great little stove, only a couple ounces. Weighs very little, super reliable. Does have a starter built right in there. Not a lot of stoves have that these days. This little mitt actually came with the GSI cook set, so when you're boiling you can grab things. Not super efficient, but it works. Really lightweight. Kind of disappears in your bag. Really like that. This is various things. This is a med kit, fire starters, first aid kit, all that good stuff. Okay, so what we're going to do is going to take a closer look at this red bag you saw me pull out. Mentioned it was a first aid kit and all the little goodies like that. I'm going to show you what's actually in here. Compass, gotta love a compass. Any basic compass is going to get the job done. This is a Brunton. Really like it mostly because it's green. It's one of the classic models. Never go into the woods without a map and a compass. I mean, even the best navigators get lost. Little ace bandage. This comes in handy for so many reasons. Rolled ankles, sprained wrist, just about anything you can come up with. You can just kind of stabilize it with that and it'll help you get out of the woods. I keep one of those, weighs nothing. Good to have. This is my first aid kit. I built this myself with all kinds of custom things. Got some liquid bandage in here, sprays on, kind of keeps your skin from getting infected if you get scuffs and scratches. Water purification tablets, triple antibiotic ointment. Got some tweezers, lots of moleskin, tons of moleskin in here. When you start needing it, you need a lot of it, so don't skimp on that. Band-aids, alcohol pads, a couple little things like tweezers and scalpels just in case. Really good to have around. Never know if you'll need it, but if you do need it, it's nice to have it. Good old the classics, bug spray and chapstick. I like the Carmex. I've got cherry in here. Probably not the best idea because it does have a scent. This is your basic Picardin bug spray. A lot of people use DEET, but I'm kind of paranoid about DEET. It can actually eat through nylon gear. This you don't have to worry about it being Picardin. Just go easy on the stuff and it does work. A little starter from Light My Fire. Great little guy. This is the older model. They don't actually make this one anymore. This is a Scout series. You use this just to produce your spark out in the backcountry. I've been lighting my stoves with it, been making fires with it. You really can't go wrong there. Love it. Headlamp, Black Diamond. Really can't remember the exact model of this. It's been replaced, but Black Diamond makes some of the best headlights and headlamps. Got a couple different functions here. I like it because it's lightweight. I only have to change batteries in this about once a year. It's been a fantastic headlamp. Love it. Never go into the woods without a headlamp. This is my gear repair kit. A couple interesting things. A little mini roll of duct tape. You can get that just about anywhere. Outdoor Outfitters, Walmart carries them. Got some seam grip repair kit. You can kind of see the logo there. This will fix just about anything. Tents, boots, backpacks. If you need to glue it back together, this is going to do the job. I've also got repair kits in here that came with the sleeping pad I have from Big Agnes. That works really great. Got a couple, can't really see it on the video, but these are just mesh sections in case the mesh on my tent gets tore. I can actually reapply that, stitch together, whatever. There's a needle and thread hidden in here too. This weighs practically nothing. Luckily never really had to use that, but if something goes wrong in the backcountry, like a pad going flat or something, this is going to help you out. Next up, this is a tiny little tent lamp from MSR. Itty bitty little guy. You can get these at REI and just about everywhere. About 15 bucks. All this is magnetized and it dangles in your tent. It's going to give you just enough light. Really great to have around. Weighs nothing. Runs on a watch battery. Never had to replace the batteries on it as little as I use it. I just like it. It was a gift. I'll be keeping that. And just a couple little backup things. This little container is actually filled with cotton balls that are rolled in Vaseline. You can use those to make a fire in just about any conditions. More waterproof tablets or water purification tablets, as I should say. Waterproof matches is what I was thinking about. And a couple AAA batteries. These are your standard batteries. I'm going to be replacing these with lithium ion when they die. And I do keep some Advil and some Motrin floating around. Of course, some rope. I always carry 50 feet of good solid rope. Use this for hanging your food at night if you're in bear populated areas. Fixed gear with this. You can tie boots back together, which I've helped a guy by tying his boot back together. Good stuff, pretty cheap. You can get this just about everywhere. Paracord works great. Extra waterproof stuff sack. I use this to put in my dry clothes, underwear, anything that I really need to keep super dry on the trail. I'm going to throw in one of these. This is from Outdoor Products. You can get these at Walmart. It's like maybe 10-15 bucks for a 3-pack. They're not the highest quality in the world, but for what I do with them, and I put them through a lot of abuse. I hang my food in these actually. These are great, kind of disposable at that price. This is a footprint for the copper spur tent. I usually use this, but honestly I really don't think I need to with that tent. The footprint is the same material, and there's not even been so much of as a scuff with it. You can see just how thin this is. It's pretty crazy how thin it is really, but it's held up great. So usually carry that if I'm in a rough area. If I'm just going to be in grass or somewhere, I usually leave this at home. This is the REI Duckback rain cover. Pretty simple little guy. You throw this over your pack, keeps the rain out. It's great if you're in watery conditions like we are here in Tennessee. It's been raining all summer. Not had a single weekend of backpacking that I've not been rained on. So this has been great. Pretty cheap. 60, 80 liter sizes are available, a couple others. I use the 80. It fits over my 62 liter bag and my 85 liter bag, which is kind of nice. One of my favorite pieces of equipment, the insulated Q-Core Super Light Sleeping Pad from Big Agnes. This thing inflates into an amazing, comfortable pad. Keeps you warm, keeps you off the ground. I wake up with no soreness at all. And it's really lightweight. It's one of the lighter insulated pads out there. This has been really good to me. It's a little narrow, but if you can deal with that, you can really like that Big Agnes pad. I will not camp without that thing. Digging a little deeper here. Big Agnes pillow. I'm a pretty big fan of Big Agnes if you haven't caught on. Just about all their stuff's bomb-proof. This is just a simple inflatable pillow. Puffs up pretty easy. Weighs 2, maybe 3 ounces. Not amazing, but it's definitely better than rolling up a t-shirt or some fleeces and trying to sleep on that. Really recommend something, if not this, one of the other models like a Cocoon. They're out there. But like that guy. And finally, this is my sleeping bag. What's actually going to be in here is going to change depending on the season. During the summer, I like to use the North Face Allegheny. It's a synthetic sleeping bag. Really great for humid conditions because you don't have to worry about it being wet. It's going to keep you warm no matter what. It's a rectangular bag. You can unzip it and cover up with it like a blanket, which is what I prefer to do. Pretty great bag. It's actually been replaced with the Dolomite from North Face. Pretty much the same bag with some newer materials. Really great. Highly recommend that. Oftentimes I'll actually replace that with my Big Agnes Down Tech sleeping bag. It's a 15-degree model instead. It's a lot warmer. It does have some waterproofing built in. It's the new stuff they're doing to down. Of course, if it's colder, I'm just going to carry that. It's about the same weight, truthfully. And I actually store these in this Sea to Summit compression dry sack. This is great. This keeps your bag nice and dry no matter what the conditions. You can dangle this on the outside of your bag if you need to. This E-vent allows air to come in and out. Keeps your bag dry, especially, I mean, if you're going to be in cold conditions, if there's anything you need to keep dry, it's going to be your sleeping bag. And that's pretty much it, guys, other than food, fuel, clothes based on the situation. This is what I carry just about on every trip. Sometimes I switch the tent up with the Big Agnes Fly Creek Ultralight, but that's really about it. I mean, that does enough to keep me comfortable in the backcountry. It's not too heavy. I know it looked like a lot of stuff, but all this, you add it up, and it's actually probably around 15, 18 pounds base weight. It's actually not too bad at all. The backpack's really light. You could shave a couple things if you really wanted to, but this is what I carry.